You're making a run at it, aren't you? Rolling up a stake and going to Vegas.
Welcome to the #1 poker radio show in the world. This is the Mark Hoke Show.
The Mark Hoke Show.
1 full hour of poker news, entertainment, and lots of Sin City surprises. Now let's bring on the host. Here is Mark Hoke.
All right, everybody, and we are live here at the World Series of Poker. Oh, yeah. Not as many bracelets given away yesterday. A little bit of a crazy one there. But some great tournaments finishing up here. So a massive controversy has hit the 10K Heads Up tournament, which wrapped up a couple of days ago. And we're going to take a look at all the fallout from that one, as well as everything going on here. We'll see if we can sneak a couple of guests in here. I hear rumors there's going to be a very lovely lady joining us soon. Pretty excited about that. And, it's going to be another great day at the World Series, and we're happy to have you with us on the Mark Hoke Show. Of course, we are doing our internet shows here on markhokeshow.com, and we also can catch you on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. on KSHP 1400 here in Las Vegas. That is, of course, Pacific Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. In case you can't read the sign that's behind me there. Yeah. Got podcast, markhokeshow.podbean.com, and on iTunes. Follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and Facebook, The Mark Hoke Show. Be a lot of fun. So let's take a look. I think we'll start with the news. I was expecting a guest here pretty shortly, so I don't want to dig in too deep to what has become one hell of a story here at the World Series in that heads-up tournament. But let's take a look at what is going on right now. We did have a bracelet given away yesterday in event number 11. William Kakan wins that bracelet. He is, according to our the WSOP stat books, at least they think so, is the first Moroccan-born WSOP champion in the series history. He is out of Casablanca, Morocco, currently living in Miami. He's a real estate broker. His second World Series of Poker final table. Finished sixth in the event in 2010 and has now claimed the Event 11 title. So big congratulations there to William Kakan. He knocks off Dan Needleman, followed by Mike Lancaster, Brian Pilmont. Shannon Shore finishing fifth in that one. Kevin Song in sixth. Brandon Cantu makes another final table. He finishes in seventh. Hector Contreras in eighth, and Alexander Koistrichkin, there we go, in ninth. But congratulations to William Kakan. Only bracelet winner yesterday. So that is event number 11. A lot of other events rolling on from yesterday. We are in day 3 at the moment of event number 12. That is the $1,500 No Limit Hold'em six-handed tournament. Right now led by Jeffrey Rasmussen out of St. Petersburg, Florida. 23 players left in that one. He has now taken the lead. Steve Bilirakis was leading that one for quite a while, but Rasmussen has now overcome him. He is sitting at $1.35 million. Bilirakis at $1.135 million. Brett Radin in fourth. Mike Watson. Sir Watts is looming around. That's not good for everybody. He's at $850,000. Manuel Filho out of Brazil. Aaron Lightbourne. We saw him make a deep run last year. He is in sixth place at the moment. Ganeto Alexander. Gotta love that one. Is in seventh. Keith Morrow in eighth. Alessio Asia in ninth. Mike Dentali. Hey, Mike. We still don't suck. Just thought I'd let you know. Is in 10th. Daniel Maurer in there. Let's see. Also got notable Scott Montgomery, Zoe Kareem. Another deep run for him in this World Series of Poker. Looks like those are your big names. So it looks like 23 left now in the $1,500 No Limit Hold'em six-handed tournament. Event number 13, the $2,500 Omaha 7-card stud high-low 8 or better is now down to, let's see if we've still got 40 in there. WSOP is listing 40. Brandon Pastor out of Arlington, Virginia, leading the way, $385,000. Konstantin Maslak out of Russia. I said Soviet Union. Wow. 363. Yeah, sorry, we're reverting back to the old days on that one, apparently. Glenn Engelbert in third. John Rivetto Danny Noam, Eric Wasserson, Vyacheslav Zhukov. In 7th, Ty Wynn and Ilya Krupin. And Tuan Vo rounding out your top 10. Other notables in there, Barry Schulman, hanging around there, 181,000. He is still alive. Run down the list. Eric Buchanan. Scotty Wynn's still in this. There you go. So Scotty Wynn chasing a bracelet. He's at 121. Michael Mowat's still in there. Brian Rass, John Racner, James Obst. Also still chasing this $2,500 Omaha 7-card stud high-low 8 or better event number 13 bracelet. Yeah. number 14, the $1,500 no limit hold'em shootout. 100 players still in that. That day two is just getting underway. Andras Kovacs looks like he is just about won his table. They're pretty close to it, or at least doubled up. Barry Hutter's still in there. Chad Yves Slodge, who we've been seeing a lot of out on the circuit, doing very well. Albert Winchester, Brandon Steven, Michael Hulleberg, John Graham, among your top players listed on the WSOP site. Just running through Samantha Abernathy, who had that great night on Poker Night in America, still in this one. Now let's see, Andres Heuvold, who has a final table in this World Series, also still in the field. Dominik Nitschke, one of those incredible German players, sitting out there in this shootout. Tyler Patterson, still alive. Keep on rolling down here. Mark Radoja, Dennis Phillips, Rhett Porter, still in this one. Of course, Rhett Porter of thepokeracademy.com. And, of course, don't forget to go to thepokeracademy.com/Mark and get a free 166-page course guide to go along with this great courses. Wow. Just heard a rather emphatic floor call coming from the Brasilia room. That kind of a little bit scary there. Let's see what else is in there. Steve Gross, Randall Flowers, David Tudhill, among your notables remaining in the $1,500 No Limit Hold'em shootout event. Let's go to event number 15, the $10,000 Pot Limit Hold'em Championship. That one's starting to get down there a little bit. 64 players left, so about halfway through the field of 128 that started this thing out. And Josh Aryeh is carrying the lead into that one. Aryeh looking for another bracelet. Oh, boy, and Sean Deeb is in second. Aryeh at 168, Deeb at 154, too. Now we can have some fun table talk if those two guys got to the final table. Roberto Romanello in third out of Swansea, the United Kingdom, followed by Davide Katai, and Katai looking for another bracelet. He sits in fourth place. Jason Pritchard in fifth. Ismail Bojang there again. Are you kidding me? This guy just, he never stops showing up on leaderboards. Kerry Katz in seventh. Jason Kuhn in eighth. Alexander Kostritsian in ninth. And Connor Drynan in 10th. And interesting, we mentioned Connor Drynan's name as we're going to be talking about some accusations from him from the Heads Up tournament. Marvin Rettenmeyer in there. Paul Volpe looking to try and pick up another bracelet. Jeffrey Ziegler, Andy Filichak, Faraz Jaka, Matt Waxman, Scott Seaver, Brandon Adams. Of course, once again, it is a 10K. That's an all-star field for you, and it is looking like it is going to be nothing short of a sensational final table in the event number 15, $10,000 Pot Limit Hold'em Championship. Of course, the event kicking off today, event number 16, it's the 16A of the Millionaire Maker, the $1,500 No Limit Hold'em. You guys were griping about not getting $1 million for the Colossus. Well, this is your tournament. Guaranteed $1 million first place. So come on out and play that one. Let's take a look at just some early chip stacks. I mean, this is obviously a long way to go in this, as this one started at actually 10 a.m. Pacific time. Here, we're all loving these 10 a.m. starts. Boy, they are just keeping me happy and perky. Michael Mizrachi is up to 40,000. He's up on the big board. Benjamin Barzali listed at 27. Orjan Skomo, 25.8. Jesse Wilkie, 24,000. Calvin Anderson in there. Amir Levant. Ari Engel. Aaron Massey in the field. Greg Mueller. James Dempsey. Jason Wheeler. Carlos Mortensen. Ray Henson, who finished third in the Colossus, trying to see if he can make another final table. Go Colossus Millionaire Maker. That wouldn't be bad. And Olivier Bousquet, Jessica Dolly, Joe Okada, who the former world champion, who actually I believe is playing in the Poker Kitchen right behind us. They've opened it up again. It is a great experience playing in the Poker Kitchen, I can tell you that. But some big names behind us there in the Poker Kitchen, right where we are positioned here in the Rio Convention Center. So obviously a long way to go with the Millionaire Maker today. It should be an exciting tournament. And I can tell you the halls are pretty packed. And once again, taking up seats in the Poker Kitchen, that ought to tell you something. There were players up in the hallway, out by where the slot machines are and the restaurants and so on. So it's once again a packed house here at the World Series of Poker, this time for the Millionaire Maker. And, of course, the Monster Stack coming up next weekend. This is going to be a lot of fun seeing all the turnouts for these events. And, of course, I was having lunch with Michael Reed and just a little while ago, and we unfortunately were coming out of there right when the players hit the break, and we were walking down the hallway, barely had a place to go. Everybody was heading the other way. It was pretty crazy. So that's any indication on what we're looking at here at the World Series of Poker. It's going to be a wild weekend coming up here tomorrow. And one trend that's been very interesting, and we've seen this right from the start, that a lot of foreign players have been coming to this series. You kind of walk around the hallways, and you generally don't hear early in the World Series a lot of people not speaking English and using other languages, but it has been going on a lot. And if you start looking on these leaderboards, you're going to see that there are a ton of players that are international players showing up here at the World Series very early, and that certainly bodes well for the World Series, to say the least. But that has been an indicator of what kind of World Series this has been so far. And the interesting part is, you really are looking at the last year was really at the start for sure, was the year of the pros, and we have had a couple, Tuan Lee picking up a victory. And let's see who else we were. I get distracted. The most stunningly amazing lady in the house walking by. My favorite masseuse, Heather Davis, in there. Oh wait, and speaking of stunning ladies, goodness gracious, here she is. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well. Okay. So our special guest is right now. She's getting all done up to come on the show. It's like, oh, there's a camera. So I'm just going to stand here and watch this process. It's just amazing, I'm sure. Anyway, but we're going to be joined here by Lizzie Harrison in just a second. Oh, she's ripping up our patches. This is fun. See, you should have been doing that on the camera. Now that would have been great. So Lizzie's getting all patched up before she comes on the show, but very excited to have Lizzie stop by. This is great because usually at the World Series, this woman's impossible to pin down. I mean, she is just like always busy running around, and she's still busy and running around. But this is loaded up. Oh, wow. It's even doing the hair. This is so sweet. I'm quite flattered, actually.
I figured I haven't brushed my hair yet today, so now would be a good time to get it going.
There you go.
I figured I'd at least brush my hair for you.
Well, you are amazing, Lizzie. I love you. So what's going on?
Not too much.
talk
I
in
just
there a little bit.
busted the Millionaire Maker.
Oh, I'm
pretty
sorry.
early. Yeah, it's a 10 o'clock tournament, which for me is too early to begin with, and so I showed up a little bit late and didn't make it till the first break.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Anything best hand? Do you want to tell a bad beat story?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not going to tell you a bad beat story, but, it was a flush under flush. I had 6-7 of hearts. I called a min raise from the big blind, flopped a pair and a flush draw, turned 2 pair, river to flush, and the gentleman had a bigger flush. So what are you going to do?
Ooh, that's just a reel it
I
in
know.
there.
I was like,
Oh.
I had him on the turn. Should I raise? Because I just called the turn just thinking I would get him on the river, and then I got there on the river, but that's all you need to know. And then my final hand, guy raised the ace queen. I pushed with ace king. He called. He got a queen, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's poker.
It is poker.
Luckily, there's a lot more tournaments coming up, so it's not like it was really my last chance.
Yeah, you've been playing a lot of events this year, from what I've heard. What's your schedule?
I'm not playing a lot of events because I'm also, still doing work with Poker Productions. So
Yeah.
I have a couple shows I'll be doing with them later in June and July.
Okay.
But to start off the series, I am actually playing a few events. I played the Employees event for the first time.
How did you get into the employees event?
Well, I'm working for Cancer Technology.
You got talking to the
Oh,
mic.
sorry. I'm working for Cancer Technology,
Okay.
which is CG Gaming, CG Technology, as you can see right here.
Uh-huh.
They run 8 sports books here in Nevada, and they also have launched a mobile betting app where you can bet on your phone anywhere in the state of Nevada.
Nice.
All you have to do is be geolocated here. You don't have to be a citizen or whatever. And so I've been promoting that. I've been learning to sports bet, which is weird because I've never sports bet in my life. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
I know poker, but I've been doing it since last fall. And so, I went through the football season, I went through basketball, and now I'm starting to figure out baseball. And it's a lot of fun. And it's good to learn about new things, broaden my horizons.
Have you been betting a lot on Baylor?
I have, yeah. We got quite a bit on Baylor, yeah. Baylor basketball, definitely. Now that we're doing baseball, it's a little bit more of the Mets, a little bit, some homer bets.
Okay.
But they've been working out so far.
Oh, good. That's good.
Are you a betting man?
I am smart enough not to bet on sports at all.
You don't bet on sports at
I
all?
rarely do it
That's funny.
because I hate losing.
Fair.
Yeah, I suck. And I know a million people that do sports betting. It's not like I couldn't get the advice if I didn't need it.
Yeah, if you
But-
wanted to.
But yeah, so you and Jared still doing the thing, right?
Yeah, we're doing a thing. We're happy.
How long have you two been going out now? It's been a while.
A little over 2 years. Yeah, a little over 2 years. We started dating February 2012-ish. So this is our 3rd World Series.
Wow.
That's exciting. We count it in World Series. This is our 3rd series. So
That's
the first one we were together, he won a bracelet. The second
Yep.
one wasn't so good, so we're hoping it's an every other year type of thing. And hopefully this year we both win some bracelets. I still have, I think, 3 more tournaments that I'm going to be playing, and hopefully more because I'm also working with a new site you probably heard of called UStake.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so I am on that site. I'm listed for a 1500 coming up later, and I've actually already sold 30% of my action, which is pretty much more than anyone. I mean, Jamie Gold has sold out, Ant Zeno sold out,
Yeah.
but I'm selling really well on the site. So actually, Mark, I think now you need to go buy $20 to me.
I might.
You
You're
have
worth
to,
it.
$20. I mean, come on. It's an easy stake. It's supposed to appeal to a mass market because you don't have, they deal with the back end, they
Right.
deal with taxes, they deal with the buy-ins. You can just go in and buy whatever percentage you want of your favorite pro. And since I'm probably your favorite pro, I would imagine you'd want to get in there on me.
You're just trying the wink and a smile thing on me, and it works too. That's the worst part about it. Yeah, well, congratulations on that. Yeah, at UStake, I know Jamie Gold was just stopped by. We were talking about it a little bit.
Oh, yeah,
It's a
Jamie's
very
awesome.
interesting site. I think it's a great concept.
Right, and it's a lot of fun to work with Jamie. I'm looking forward to, we have the Heads Up with Jamie match coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's going to win 2,000 cash, either Jamie or his opponent, and it looks like I'll be hosting that.
Oh,
So
there you go.
Should be a fun event, and it's always fun to watch Jamie Gold play poker. It's
Yeah.
always fun to work with him, and
He is
Yeah.
never not
and
entertaining.
he's a good idea man, so I'm glad he's
Yeah.
involved in the site. And, I feel like the idea was a long time coming, and now we just need to see it, bang it out this summer.
There you go. What is it like to be dating a poker player? I mean, it's interesting because you've been in the industry for so long.
Yeah,
And-
about seven,
and-
I think this is my 7th World Series.
Yeah, and I didn't, and it's so hard to have a relationship with it. I mean, you know how it is too. I mean, just even in the media.
Right.
I'm married, so I'm kind of tied
And your
down, but
wife's not involved in poker?
no, not at all.
Okay.
Which makes it even more interesting for me.
Probably makes it easier. It's hard. I'm not
Is
that
it?
sympathetic, unfortunately, because I've listened to Bad Beats since 2006. So, pretty much anything you tell me, I try. I know I should be, but I'm
Yeah.
just, not that I'm a cold person. It's just, you've heard it
Over and over. Yeah.
Or, but it's fun otherwise. It's nice that we have the freedom that a lot of couples don't have, a lot of young people don't have. We're incredibly lucky that, we're able to be together every day. We're able to, go up to Red Rock with our dog, go out, take walks, just travel. We love to travel. And so that's a reason that that being with poker players is awesome, because combined with my career where I work for myself, I pick my own projects too, complements itself. And it makes our life, we're very happy.
If people out there are dating a poker player, what kind of advice would you give them to keep that relationship going?
Well, you have to be understanding. You have to not be judgmental. Don't offer a ton of advice on their poker game, especially if they're clearly a better player than you. I mean, obviously, Jared is a
Jared's
much
very
higher
good.
caliber no limit hold'em player, or any game. So
Yeah.
I justify it. No, he's obviously. Respect them, respect their decisions, and also try to learn from them. I mean, since I found out I was going to be actually playing poker this summer, we spent a decent amount of time together playing poker, having him watch me play online, critiquing my play, just filling little holes. So there's a lot you can learn. And it goes beyond the game, too. I know this is cliche, but the same skills you learn in poker, being able to control your emotions, being able to assess situations correctly, you just have to learn how to transfer those to your actual life. Yeah, so I think that's a good way to look at it.
How hard was it to take advice from him, though? Is it easy, or?
No, it's pretty easy because I know that he's usually right. Like, I make mistakes that I already know are mistakes, if that makes sense. I worked for the Full Tilt Poker Academy. I was a producer for 4 years.
Right.
So I created all the educational content that came out of Full Tilt. So intellectually, I know how to play poker. I should be crushing. I should probably have 6 bracelets. But you know how they say those who can do, those who can't teach? So just because
Right.
I can sit there and I can do poker commentary. It's not amazing, but it's sufficient. But so when he tells me something, I'm usually like, yeah, I know you're right. And it's just like a little bit disheartening, but nice to know that he's always honest, brutally honest to a fault. He's definitely the most honest person that I know.
Well, that's very good to hear.
Yeah.
Your career, I mean, when I think about everything that you've done over the years, I mean, you've had your tentacles in almost every major project
I work
in
a lot.
poker for so long. What has that ride been like for you over the years? What are some of your highlights and favorite things that you've done over the last time?
It's been a lot of fun. I mean, I've enjoyed watching the poker world grow and being part of the community from when I was a kid. I was 21 when I got involved. I had just started, I was playing poker in Atlantic City when I was in high school and college, growing up in New Jersey. And so actually, going to school, I didn't think I would work in poker. I thought I was going to work in broadcast journalism. I majored in broadcast journalism at NYU. And then I couldn't find a job. And I was bartending, and I was about to start law school. And then randomly, I fell into the job with Card Player. I applied for a job, the stars aligned, and I launched Card Player TV, and I was like, wow, I can actually do this. So it was really fun, and from that point forward, I was like, I just have to, keep succeeding and working in the industry. And I made a lot of friends. I spent countless hours in countless casinos, traveling the circuit here always during the summer, in Europe, on different poker tours, and then, work hard, show that you can do, show that you have value to a company. And once you do that, people keep calling you. And when people call you and they propose a project, I'm always willing to listen, always. I mean, I'm not saying I get involved in every project somebody calls me about, but I definitely will give them, an hour or so and just hear it out, because you never know what it's going to be something you really want to get involved in, and you watch it develop and you get really invested in. And so that's why I've worked on so many different projects. And you know what? Startups don't always work. Most startups fail, but they don't all fail. And I really like that beginning of the process. I really like that time when, you get to make decisions. There's a lot of energy. I like to work fast and hard. And so maybe that's what I crave. Maybe that's why I work like that. I don't know. It's a good question.
Was there ever a time where you said, you know what, I've had it, I'm done?
Oh, yeah.
What was the toughest point in your poker broadcasting
Well, it wasn't really
career?
actually poker related. It was something within my personal life. I got a divorce, and I was living here in Vegas, and I was like, you know what? I'm done with this portion of my life. I'm 28 now. I've had a lot of fun. I've done, like you said, I've done a million things. I've worked so many places. Let me move back to New York, and because I'm from the Northeast, and get a real job and have what I thought that I wanted, and be closer to my family. I miss them a lot. So I moved back to the Upper East Side of Manhattan, and I had my dream apartment. It was beautiful, and I love living in the city. I still miss it so much. But it was different. I'd been gone from college for 7 years at that point. So none of my friends were really around, and the Upper East Side is a little bit snooty. It was a lot of yuppies. Everyone was young families with kids, or college boys. So I wasn't, I was okay. I was having fun. I was still traveling a lot for poker, so it made less sense for me to be there, because I'm making the same amount of money no matter where I work. But why would I live in Manhattan when I could live in Vegas? The cost is significantly lower.
Right.
So I came out for the World Series in 2012, I think, right after I started dating Jared. And I never went back to New York. I was like, poker is what I know. I broke my lease. I moved in with him very early. We'd been dating 4 or 5 months when we moved in together.
Oh, wow.
And down in Anthem Highlands. So it's beautiful, and it's really awesome. And I love Vegas. I could never imagine moving back to the Northeast, ever.
I know. I love it. I mean, I'm from back east too, that. And it's, now that I've been out here a couple years, I mean, it just feels like home.
It does. Does your family like it out here?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a nice place to raise a family. It's sunny every day.
My wife likes it when it gets cloudy, though.
I like
Isn't
when
that
it
odd?
rains. It was
I like when it rains,
boring
yeah.
the other day. Cloudy, no, it's no fun.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen. It feels weird, like Armageddon.
And it just quite never. There's a lot of days where it never quite happens.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of a rain tease.
No, yeah, you're definitely right. My patches are unsticking. I'll have to get fresh ones for tomorrow. They're not very sticky. I apologize for the lack of sticking.
Wow.
Well, it's like embarrassing. They're supposed to be secured to myself, and
Okay.
they're not.
Yeah, they're secure.
Okay.
You're sporting a PPC patch too, of course. I do the live reporting for the PPC Poker Tour,
Right.
And we're over at the Golden Nugget right now. How'd you get hooked up with a PPC?
Well, I've always known Sandy and Brian, and I was down in Daytona recently for another charity poker tournament, and we did an event. There was a few days, and they were there, and we were just talking a lot, and really liked each other. Felt like we were kind of on the same page, and then afterwards we were talking, and they wanted to add a female pro. I use the word lightly because I would definitely say semi-pro, a female presence to their
There you go.
team. There you go.
Yeah.
And so I thought that the World Series might be a good time to try it out and see what we have going. And I'm excited about tonight. We have the event at the Golden Nugget.
Yep.
It's at 5 o'clock, $175 buy-in, I think.
That is correct.
And they can win a trip to Aruba. I hope I make it to Aruba this year. I actually might head down to the Nugget and see if I can satellite my way there.
You should.
Yeah.
We had a great time last night.
Yeah.
Some good pros and some wild play yesterday.
Is that right?
And everybody was having a blast. I mean, that was the really cool part about it. There was a lot of fun at the tables last night.
Right. Well, hopefully
Which
I
is-
can go check that out because, it sounded like a lot of fun from what I heard.
Well, then I
And
can blog about you too.
Then you can blog about
I'll just
me.
take pictures of you all night.
You could do
You
that.
know, nobody else will care about anybody else in the tournament until you
I don't
bust
know.
out.
I might
so-
have to go home and shower in that case.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, now what are we going to be seeing from you in the future? What else do you have coming up here?
I don't know. I have a couple projects. Well, I do know, but I can't really talk about them. Would be
Okay.
the honest thing. I have one really big project I'm incredibly excited about, but it's been moving slower than expected, as projects usually do.
That
but
is
it
correct.
seems as though it will soon come to fruition, and I would love to come back and talk to you about it once it does, and I would love to hopefully see it happen. It should be fun.
Great.
And other than that, I'm playing for CG, I'm playing for PPC, doing the U-Stake stuff. And then coming up soon, I'll be working production with Poker Productions. So I have a full summer, an exciting summer ahead. And yeah, it's nice to be back at the Rio. It feels like home in some kind of weird, sick way, even though it kind of makes my nostrils burn, like the air. It still feels, look at it. You're just looking out at Brasilia. You have a nice view this year, Mark.
Yeah, it's all right. Done this view before. It's pretty cool. Yeah, and it's good to see you smiling around here more. A lot of times, I mean, and
I try to smile. Why
you
not?
try, but you're always working so hard usually when you're down here, and you're running back and forth. It was like you and Jess Wellman were always
Right.
like,
Last year doing the World
you know.
Series stream, it was very
Yeah.
intense. Yeah, that's a big job.
So it's good to see you happy and just kind of relaxing and
That was
enjoying
the plan
life a
for
little.
this year. Work a little bit less, be a little bit happier, be more supportive, be just like, be zen. Go to the gym, eat a little bit better, take care of myself, and still have a good summer. And so far, so good.
Sounds good. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you around here, and I hope we see you at a final table. That would be all right.
I would be okay with that too. Pleasure to see you, and have a good show. Have fun here at the Rio today. I'm sure I'll see you again later.
Yep, go get over there to Golden Nugget. We'll have a good time tonight.
Hope so, hopefully. Depending on my schedule, I have a couple meetings, but I think I'll make it.
Drink on me.
All right,
All right.
awesome. Talk to you later.
Thanks, Lizzie. Good to see you.
Bye-bye. Always a pleasure.
There you go, Lizzie Harrison joining us. We actually got time with Lizzie this year. I'm so excited. Yay show. So check all that out. She's got a lot going on. Oh, she's sneaking back in here.
If you want to get back for the World Series and you sign up on Ustake, use my code. It's Lizzie. And if you use the code Lizzie, then you'll get 2 shots at the chance to win $2,000 cash. That's my final plug. Love you all. Have a great day.
There
Bye.
you go. And boy, she knows how to plug things too. That's a professional right there. I mean, and seriously, Lizzie's been one of the great professionals in the game for a long time. And good to see her doing well and running around the World Series and getting on the table a little bit. Oh, look who else is here. Uh-oh. I don't know if we'll get it'll be up on yeah, I'll get it. You'll see the tweet.
Let me know. Make sure I don't look like a spaz.
Oh, well,
Sound like a spaz. I don't know which
I think you'll be fine. All right, so there you go. Let's see maybe 1 second here. Oh, and he's heading away. But that's all right. whenever Lizzie Harrison comes around, everybody gravitates around her. It's all good. All right, well, I'll tell you what. Let's use that break time opportunity to step away for a little bit, and we will be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show. We are, of course, live here at the World Series of Poker, having a great time. You just never know who's going to show up around here. And I believe the Millionaire Maker is going to be coming up on a break pretty soon. So we want to get this commercial break in now while we have some time and see who else can stop by. So stick around, everybody. We'll be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show, live from the World Series of Poker. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
Join us for the PPC Poker Tour stop right here in Las Vegas at the Golden Nugget for the PPC Golden Nugget Aruba Satellites, June 4th and 5th. Event starts both nights at 5 p.m. with a $175 buy-in and a guaranteed $4,000 PPC Aruba World Championship package up for grabs both nights. So come on out for the PPC Poker Tour at the Golden Nugget Las Vegas, June 4th and 5th, and check out the PPC Poker Tour stops at ppcpokertour.com. See you at the Golden Nugget for the PPC Poker Tour.
Nevada poker players, it's time to get in the game with the Nevada Poker League. Play for free to win cash at every location, plus you also can win poker cruises and even a $10,000 World Series of Poker main event seat. It's a great way to play poker at no risk, make new friends, and build up your poker bankroll. The Nevada Poker League is never closed and is running games 7 days a week at a location near you. So what are you waiting for? Visit the NevadaPokerLeague.com right now for all the info. Don't wait. Play poker for free and cash in today with your friends at the Nevada Poker League.
PokerShop.com is your one-stop shop for all your poker and game room needs. PokerShop.com has you covered with an incredible variety of poker chips and supplies, top-quality playing cards, plus gaming tables and room accessories, just like you'd find in your favorite casino. And if you're looking to spruce up your man cave, we offer a wide selection of decor options, from lighting to mirrors and portable bars to bump stools, to make your game room the one all your friends and family will be talking about. So for everything you need to make your game night a great night, go to www.pokershop.com and receive 10% off your purchase with the code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You supply your friends. We supply everything else. Live it. Love it. PokerShop.com. There's nothing better than sitting down to play poker with good friends and cutting loose. And that's what you're going to find when you tune in to Poker Night in America. Poker Night in America is revolutionizing televised poker in a big way, with all the action you love and the hilarious fun you've been missing. Come take a seat at the table with all your favorite players, old and new, with Poker Night in America. Mondays, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on CBS Sports Network. And don't forget to visit the show online at PokerNight.com. So pull up a chair and join us Mondays on Poker Night in America.
Poker players, do you suffer from the Dunning-Kruger effect? That's the mental quirk of thinking you're better at something than you really are. So what's the quickest way to improve your game? How about over 25 hours of training with a two-time WSOP bracelet winner? That's what you'll get at thepokeracademy.com. It's a completely different kind of training site. It's the only training site that starts at the beginning and explains everything you need to know to become a world-class tournament player. Use the link thepokeracademy.com/mark to get a free 164-page course guide when you sign up. That's thepokeracademy.com/mark.
I'm like, hey guys.
Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages, or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go?
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
This is the Mark Hoke Show.
The Mark Hoke Show.
Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
All right, and we are back, and no, that is not Lizzie Harrison.
No.
Not
anywhere as cute looking as Lizzie. I apologize to anybody who is watching right now.
It's okay. The chicks dig you, so it's all good.
Some of them do. I don't know why, but I guess they, some of them's got to show some pity on me, I guess.
You're like me. You're a harmless, lovable little fuzzball. That's just how it is.
That's about right.
Michael Reed joined us. Of course, we shouldn't tell anybody you're in the house because, of course, you're covering the WPT this week.
Yeah, I'm covering the WPT, and I'm just swinging through here to see what's going on, and see some people that I hadn't seen in a few years. It's been since 2013 since I was actually in Vegas during the series, so it's the first time I've just been able to kind of see a few folks that I probably hadn't seen in 2 years.
Wow.
So it's it's nice to catch up, see some faces, and tell some stories and whatnot. And of course, a lot of the poker players I've seen just on various tours throughout the past couple of years through my working. So a lot of them I've seen. So it's nice to see them because I probably hadn't seen a few of them since maybe October, whenever I was whenever I stopped working on the tour.
It has been just a crazy last 6 to 8 months for you. Give everybody a little update without getting into everything too much.
It's been pretty crazy. I was working for HPT, no longer with them for various reasons, and shortly after that, decided it was fun to play hockey, and blew my shoulder out. So I've been rehabbing my shoulder now for the past 6 months, and was just in the right spot at the right time to get a gig with WPT this past week, working the 500, doing their live updates. So it's definitely a different gig than what I was doing, but it's fun to be back out there a little bit and do a little bit of covering and not have to be day in, day out here at the series. It's a grind over here. Over there, it's not so bad. Pretty much know I'm going to start at noon and finish up about 1 o'clock and go back to my room and relax. And over here, it's you can work 20 days straight before you even realize that you haven't had a day off.
Yeah.
So over there, it's like I worked 3 days and I had 3 days off, and now I'm going to go back and work 3 more days, and then I fly back home.
Very nice. That's a good gig.
Yeah, it works out for me. I'm not. You're not going to hear much of a complaint from me on that whole deal. I promise you that.
Well, it's interesting that the WPT 500 going on over there. It really last year a lot of talk about it. Running that event during the main event last year, and everybody was like, "Oh, WPT's challenging WSOP," and so on and so forth. And I think a lot of that was kind of overblown because it was just a totally different tournament that was going on with the main event.
Yeah.
What new is with that event? Tell everybody a little bit about it, what's going on with it, and why the WPT feels that this is the time to do it.
Well, it's there's new to this year is that last year they had 6 starting flights, and they were all like 5 days in a row, and then they had a turbo that started off the morning of day 2. So they had 6 starting flights last year. This year they have all the way up to J. So if you can do the math real fast, that gets you to J.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Abacadabra J. Yeah. Wow.
10 starting flights.
Jesus.
The last, of course, J is going to be another turbo the morning of day 2. But they had 3 starting flights that the first one was on Sunday this past weekend, and then they had B on Monday and C on Tuesday. Then we had a few days off, and then we kick back off again tomorrow at noon at Aria with day D. Yeah, I had to think about this, right? Day D or day 4. And we do 3 more starting flights. So we do Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, each day starting up at noon. And then finally, there's a big break. And then coming back on June 2nd is whenever they start off with the, I don't even want to do the math, do the alphabet there, but it's day 7. It's the 7th starting flight. And
it's like H-I-J.
Yeah,
H-I.
Well, no, it's
G-H-I. Okay.
And then J is the morning of day 2, which day 2 will be on June 5th. So they're taking, out of every flight, they're taking 5%. The top 10% get paid, of course. Mm-hmm. So you're making into the money every day, but only 5% survive day 2. So averaged right at 333 players a day for the first 3 starting flights. So that was 17, and 16 players. So we carried 50 players out of 1,000 so far, going out of the first 3 starting flights that have already bagged up for day 2. Now, the interesting aspect of the whole tournament is they do have the best stack forward. So if you bag up a day 2, you can still play the following day. Following starting flights, and if you bag a better stack, then you get to take your best stack forward. Now, since they're already in the money, you're guaranteed $1,200, but you already earned $800 out of the prize pool whenever you made day 1 or day 2. So essentially, if you make a day 2 right now, you're guaranteed $2,000. $800 of it you get now. Their thought process on that, from what I've been explained, is players can use it to either enter again and try to better their stack, or they can use it as travel funds to come back out in July. So it's
nice.
It's really interesting. And then they the other difference from this year over last year was last year players were only allowed to re-enter the next starting flight. So say they went out in flight 1B, they were only able to enter in 1C or one of the following ones. Whereas now they have one same day re-entry. So if they bust out early in the flight tomorrow in flight 1D, they can re-enter as long as it's before the end of level 8 or the start of level 9, because we have a break right after level 8. So registration's been in at about 4:30, and the night has been ending between 1 to 2 o'clock. Usually just after 1 o'clock, we're getting into the final 5%, and we've seen plenty of familiar faces come through there. Quite a few WPT champions that have came through. Salaburu, is that the?
Yep, Rob Salaburu.
He's already been there and played. He bagged up chips going for day 2 already. He did that in flight 1B. So we, there's plenty of familiar faces. They're not shying away from it because it's a $500 tournament. It's not being looked as being down. I mean, you've got a $2 million guarantee.
Right.
That's nothing to scoff at. That's a heck of a number to have up there, and so the players are still coming out and they're still playing in it, even though there's so much more action going on throughout Vegas in general. I mean, you have tournaments all over the place besides the Rio.
That's one thing that's been very interesting about the past 2 or 3 years, because it used to be that pretty much you had the Venetian deep stack. Maybe somebody else would throw some small series in here like the Golden Nugget. But man, now everybody in the grandmother's running tournament series during the World Series of Poker, and especially last weekend during the Colossus, it's been a success for all. Are you surprised how much this has grown over the past year or two?
I remember a few years ago coming into, I want to say it was my first year coming out to Vegas to cover. I went through and made a spreadsheet of all the tournaments in town, and it wasn't that much. I mean, it really wasn't that much. And I know this year there's been a spreadsheet that's been pushed around. Kessler has been pushing around a spreadsheet. I'm not sure who made it. I'm not going to give him credit for it because I'm not sure if he made it or not. But whoever made it, he's been pushing it around. And that thing is just chock full of tournaments. I mean, there's a tournament every day for any buy-in, anywhere you want to be at. You don't have to be in the Rio. There's everywhere. You can go and play a tournament if you want to, and they're not small tournaments. I mean, the dailies at the Aria have been polling huge numbers too. So, it's the poker is alive and well right now. I mean, that's the truth of it. We saw that last week with the Colossus tournament. And, there's the people will show up, and so I think a lot of people are seeing that. It's like, let's put on these tournaments. I mean, MSPT just had a massive event this week, and you've got these tours that are seeing it. It's like, well, just because it's the WSOP doesn't mean that we can't go in there and get our little piece of pie, because you can easily do it. You're going to draw if you put it on, the players as are going to build it are going to come as the whole Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. That's what a lot of the tours and a lot of the casinos around town are seeing. If you make it happen, it's going to happen.
How about the Colossus? This whole situation with the payouts. I mean, everywhere I've gone. I mean, everywhere from my little bit of work I do at the Plaza, at the PPC event last night. I mean, people have not stopped talking about the payouts on this tournament. What are your thoughts on that situation?
I think that the payouts were way too flat. Definitely, I mean, it was a buzz over at ARIA last week whenever the number was released. The players were all buzzing about it. They were all talking about it. We all had discussions about it, and I see it as it was a bad thing. It was really a bad thing. I understand I understand the basis of what they were trying to do, but I also see it as it was not. They tried to say they took a poll and players wanted a flyer payout, and they were taking that off of the World Series information off of the main event information that they gathered, and they tried to say that they tried to utilize that for the Colossus, and it was not the deal. They were saying it's like, well, lots of players are taking multiple shots, so we're giving them a chance to recouping their money. No, that's not the way you do it. If they're going to recoup their money, make it to where they have to
go deeper in the tournament.
I mean, what was it a couple years ago when the series still had rebuy tournaments and Daniel Negreanu needed like a top 3 finish just to break even on the tournament. So I mean, it's in my opinion, when you do that, you're catering to the big players. You're catering to the people who have the bigger bankroll. You're not catering to the players that you made this tournament for to begin with. Mm-hmm. The tournament was a $565 tournament, and that was to bring the price point down to draw more players. Well, so a lot of these players, they maybe had 2 buy-ins, but a lot of them came out here with 1.
Yeah,
they came out here to take 1 shot at it. It was an inexpensive way for them to take a shot at a bracelet, and so they came out with 1 buy-in. So you're telling me that you flattened out the payouts so that it was it would help alleviate the bottom half, the bottom portion of the payouts, to where if they fired 2 bullets, they got their money back. Well, that doesn't do anything for someone like me that would come here and fire 1 bullet.
Yeah.
If I made it in the cash, well, hey, that's great. I made double, what I paid in, but your basis of doing that is not the right basis, and I feel like whenever the house rake is way more than what your first place prize money is, something is definitely wrong.
Yeah, it was a weird situation, of course, for Michael Reed here. So now you did PR for the Heartland Poker Tour. I mean, you were one of those guys that was out there dealing with the good and the bad.
Yes.
And do you think that the reaction from the World Series of Poker when the payouts came out, all the criticism hit, was good, bad, and what would you have done at this point? Because obviously, even though there's been a lot of people explaining this away and saying, why the payouts were the way they were, there's still a perception that the players got ripped off on this. What would you do to try and put that fire out?
Well, I mean, number one is you got to step away from Twitter. There's plenty of people on Twitter who are just going to blow you up. It doesn't matter what you do. You're going to get blown up. And it doesn't matter how you word something. Someone's going to take it a different way than what you actually were trying to interpret. You cannot do justice to what you're trying to say in 140 characters.
Nope.
Ever. So what should have been done is, is a release of some sort get released, and you get that and you start pushing that out. You got to really push that out, push it out. And, maybe respond here and there, but you have to stay away from the critics that's blasting you, and you can't try to answer everybody's questions, because whenever that happens, you're just putting your word out there more and more and more, and people are just going to keep on abusing it. So you have to stay away from Twitter. So I think that's one of the things that that the WSOP handled very poorly, is that whoever was running their Twitter at the time went on the defensive, and anytime you're on the defensive, you're already losing the battle.
Right.
You're already losing the battle, so you have to stay away from that whole aspect. There's times where you need to step in there, but I mean, it is what it was. Mm-hmm. What happened. So, you come out and you have to say, okay, we're going to review it, and we're going to try to make it better. but you can't go out there and try to answer to everybody because you're never going to make it. You're never going to make everybody happy.
Exactly, especially poker players.
Yeah, especially poker players. You will never make everybody happy. So there's no reason to try to make everybody happy. Just do what you can do, and answer the questions, but give them a baseline. Start off with that press release, and you don't want to admit fault there because then you're just giving in. Mm-hmm. But you want to say, we're going to review it and go from there, because you can't fix what's been done.
So where does the World Series go from here on this? I mean, to erase that negative stigma that came out of this, because I mean, as much as everybody is saying, this is what we did, this is the way it should be. There's a perception out there that the players are pretty pissed about all this with the rake and the low first place. So how would you handle this going forward now to try and smooth this out and make the players feel a little bit better about what happened?
Well, right now you got to carry on. I mean, you just got to get past that, because I mean, this weekend you got the Millie Maker starting up, so hopefully the payouts are better for that. I haven't seen a payout structure. I didn't really go back and review that to see what the payout structure looks for the Millie Maker, but hopefully it's not the same payout structure. If it is, you would hope that they would have gone back and reviewed it and made changes to it quickly. Now the other thing is you've got to you move on and you try to focus on what's going on the rest of the series, and then you address it at a future date.
Okay.
If they're going to run the Colossus next year, which I assume that they would, then you make a big deal out of a change of the payout structure. Mm-hmm. You make a big deal out of it. You dedicate a press release to it. You go out and you get the information out there, and you blast it to the world, so that people see that, hey, we listen to you.
Yeah.
And so that they don't feel like that all their criticism and all their words, everything that they had to say was not left on a deaf ear.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have a feeling they'll do that.
Yeah.
They did a pretty good job with the main event situation this year, actually changing it after they announced what they were going to do. Definitely. So I mean, which took a lot of guts. I give them a ton of credit for that. Because shifting something midstream after you've made a huge deal out of it,
yep,
that's not the easiest thing to do.
But I mean, you got to listen to your customer base sometimes.
Yep. Now, the big controversy going on here at the World Series at this point is this situation with a possible cheating scandal in the 10K tournament. Just take a fast look at that here real quick. We had a player by the name of Valerio Coca, who made the quarterfinals of the tournament. Has been accused by quite a few players, and Connor Drynan especially was very outspoken about the possibility that he was marking cards somehow, was constantly telling him to move his hands so he could see his chips, so thinking he was looking at the cards. The WSOP has been investigating it, and just out today, Coca has denied all of it very emphatically. And also Seth Polanski has said that they have not, at least preliminary investigations, have not found anything on the cards. So what happens with this? I mean, this is a real potential bomb here for the World Series of Poker. I mean, not necessarily to them because of, what some guy did, but it's just, a bad poker stigma,
Yeah. Well, it's going to be tough for them to be able to prove it. That's going to be the hard part. I think the series is handling this situation properly. They're saying, they came out and they did not accuse, they've not said anything to the matter of this player is wrong. They said, we are looking into the situation. We are, our in-house staff is doing their due diligence essentially on this. Mm-hmm. And that's the proper way to do it. They can't come out on the aggressive side of it and say that this guy is being, is this and this and this. They have to come out and say, we're looking into it, and it's going to take them some time. I mean, if there was cheating indeed being done, they got to figure out how he was doing it.
Yeah.
His past allegations was marking the cards. Well, if he's not bending them, then how is he doing that? And that's going to be the hard part for them, because I'm sure there's hundreds of different ways to mark a card.
Yeah.
You know, there's hundreds of different, you know, situations that a player can do it. So do you know, how do you find out how he was doing it? Was he using some type of invisible ink that he could see with his glasses? Well, then the problem is like, well, you got to have those same type of glasses.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where is it just a polarized lens that you can see it with, or is it some type of special lens, some type of special coating on that lens that helps them see a special marking? Well, unless they have that special coating, you know, they're not going to be able to see it. So it's going to be difficult for the WSOP and Cedar staff to prove that there's been any wrongdoing, and that's going to be the hard part for them to do. And then, you know, whenever that comes out, one way or another, I mean, if it comes out that he was cheating, well, then you're going to have one side that's going to be pretty upset, who's going to be that player. But if it comes out that, hey, we couldn't find anything, well, then you're going to have the whole player base is going to be like, well, something was up. And they're going to be demanding more answers. But there's, you know, it's like there was a post, I forget who it was from the WSOP staff that posted that said, you know, it might have been Jack who says, you know, we're going through our process. We can't tell you what that is because,
right.
you know, that's giving up too much information to those who potentially want to cheat in the future.
Yep.
So, you know, a lot of that stuff has to be kept secretive, and that's a tough line, because then players are going to be asking, well, what did you do? How did you know that he wasn't cheating? You know, how did you verify that there was no marks on the card and stuff like that? But that's something that in-house will never tell you.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's the bad thing about it all is that the onus is on the staff here to prove it, but they only have so many tools at their expense to be able to prove it.
Right.
And so it's going to be interesting to see what comes out of it. I do believe that they've withheld his paying at this time.
No, they paid him.
They did pay him.
They did pay him, yeah.
So they did pay him. So, I mean, there's that whole deal in there. So, you really don't know what's going to happen out of it. You know, I have a feeling that probably won't hear anything until sometime next week once they do some more investigation. But I'm pretty confident that the staff here is doing their due diligence on it, and that you know, we'll get a resolution one way or another, and we'll see what happens from there.
Yeah, I think one thing that everybody's got to be really careful on, and this is, you know, just an example of, and not saying that these articles were bad. I mean, I think they did a pretty good job of keeping this down the middle, but just presenting the information that was given to them and what everybody said.
Definitely.
Yeah, everybody's got to be a little careful to say, well, you know, this guy's a cheater, because we don't know for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody, you know, we're in such a society right now where everything's so instantaneous, so we want an answer in 2 minutes.
Well,
when it's an answer that's not going to come for 10 days.
They're basing that he's a cheater off of previous issues that he's had within the community. You know, being banned from other, you know, casinos over in Europe because of card marking.
Yeah, and he's denying that too, by the way.
Well,
just
I mean,
so you know, just to
he
mention
can deny that all he wants, but whenever you've got the reports from the casinos that shows that he's being, you know, that he's banned from a casino because of this, then, you know, it's hard to deny that report, you know?
Exactly.
I mean, it's really hard to deny that. I mean, if I was in his position, I'd be denying everything too. I mean, even if I'm guilty, you know, prove it, is what I would be saying. Prove I'm guilty. Prove that I did something wrong.
Yep.
Because until you do that, I'm innocent, and that's the case I'm going to hold. I'm innocent. You know, I mean, anytime someone's accused of murder, they're going to tell you they're innocent until you can show the forensic evidence that shows that they were, in fact, the person who killed that person.
Yep. By the way, the Millionaire Maker is on break, and the lines aren't quite as bad as they were for the Colossus, but it's a decent sized line. I mean, they're whittling down a little bit because they've been on break for a while, but now the Millionaire Maker going strong, and I'll tell you what, it's just hard to believe 2 years ago this was the premier secondary event, and it almost feels like, even though there's a ton of people here, it almost feels like it's kind of gone down the scale a little bit. It's kind of odd.
It lost a little bit of its luster because of the Colossus event. I mean, you know, it is what it is. Now, I will say that just knowing for previous years, the payout structure has got to be different for this one, because you're guaranteeing $1 million to the first place. So, so that payout structure has to be different than a Colossus at least. But I'm just hoping that they didn't flatten it out on the back end to kind of do what they did with the Colossus still.
Yeah, they did. I don't know if the Millionaire Maker one is up there, but I know they did, after a couple of days ago, did post all the payout tables. So that was a good move. Just came a little bit late on that.
Well, I know it was in previous years they had all the payout tables.
Yeah.
They would be posted online at least, and then throughout the series, I think they would cycle in a couple of days in advance so that people were able to see it. So I know that the information was always available online. So I'm not sure. I haven't really perused the WSOP site this year to see if the structure and payouts have been posted, but I know that they used to be posted every year anyways.
Yep. Well, so what are we going to see from you now? I mean, I know you're looking at some different opportunities and things like that, and you've got, of course, doing this WPT event. What do you think the future is going to hold for you, my friend?
I really don't know. I've said that I want to get out of the poker industry, but that thing is pretty tough to get out of.
It's like a black hole.
It's one of those things. Yeah, a couple of years ago, before I started working for HPT, I said I was done with it. I had actually had a meeting with I had a lunch. I had a lunch meeting with one of my friends as he was passing through town when back in Tennessee, and he asked me what I was going to do, and I said I'm done. I'm out of it. And then about 3 weeks later, I got a message from HPT, and we saw where that happened,
Yep.
and so now it's like coming off this shoulder surgery. It's like I'm looking at ventures outside, and been looking at some marketing positions in Nashville and trying to set roots there, and then this comes along. So it's one of those things. It's pretty tough to get away from, because if you come into the industry and you do your job, people want you. And not saying that my stock is all that, but it's people appreciate it whenever you put in the effort. And sometimes you get knocked down, but you find a way to come back up, and sometimes it's just it's a good situation that you got knocked down to begin with, and you can build yourself back up.
Now, Michael, I'm sure that we're going to be seeing much more of you in the poker world. There's no question about it. You're one of the best. Everybody knows this. So it's going to be exciting to watch your career re-unfold here over the next year or two. It should be fun.
Thanks, Mark.
Hey, thanks for coming over. Appreciate it. It was great having lunch with you today.
Yeah, thank you.
And I hope everything goes well for you. Neil, if you guys want to stop over, you can play the PPC event tonight and then go play like Flight 9Z of the WPT 500.
I'll be over there. I'll be over there. So just come on over and say hi, introduce yourself to me, and maybe you get some WPT coverage out of it on their live updates. So I always enjoy meeting new people and seeing some new faces, even seeing some familiar faces.
He's easy to bribe. It's just either a shot or a donut, one of the two.
We've moved away from the shots, so
I'm disappointed.
I still drink, but it's I got called up to the big leagues, so you got to act big league.
Okay.
You can't act small league anymore. So
wow.
So we got to you can do the shots after we finish up work for the day, but none during work anymore. We got to
so a shot certificate is what they need to give you during the event.
Anything like that. But just come see me, say hi. We'll be in the corner over at the ARIA in the tournament area, and they've had good numbers so far. Like I said, averaging just over 300 players for the starting flights. I have a feeling that tomorrow's flight is going to be the biggest one we've had, because it's the first Saturday flight we've had.
Yep.
And so it's going to be interesting to see how many show up for that event tomorrow. I'm not sure what else is on the schedule throughout town, but we've got 3 starting flights starting tomorrow. So Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, each started at noon.
All right, sounds good. Well, Michael, thank you so much for coming over. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Have a great afternoon. There you go. Michael Reed joined us, and we got a ton of players out here. Everybody's having a good time at the World Series of Poker, and we're going to step back and take a break. And look at this guy, the Miami boss. We may not get a break because look at this guy. He's bright. He's bright today. You want to stop? I can hold off on my commercial break for a second. I can hold off on my commercial for a minute. Look at this freaking guy. Man.
What's up, homie?
You are definitely going to be able to see the Miami boss here. Michael decided to set that up badly for you. There you go. Dan Sway joined us. What's up, big man?
Chilling, bro. Chilling.
You looking sharp.
Thanks, bro. Thanks.
Man,
feel good, man. Feel good.
I'm looking at you got the hair. I mean, you're usually wearing a hat. That's what the top of your head looks like.
That's what almost. It's about there's a lot of hair up there.
Oh yeah, you're good. You're good, absolutely.
How's everything going, man?
Very well. How about you is the question.
Bro, everything was going great. Literally got off the plane, jumped into the 6 Max on, what was that, Wednesday? Went deep, bro.
Yeah?
Man, went real deep. 41st place. Really disappointed, but I played well. Literally no sleep. I go from playing a cash game to in Miami. It was sick. Cash game in Miami. We ended at like 3:30. My flight left at 7. Had my driver pick me up. Airport. Plane. Straight here. No sleep. I didn't sleep.
Wow.
I slept like 3 hours on the plane, but I had that's why I got a first class ticket. I was like, all right, I'm trying to sleep. So, yeah.
Good work.
Yeah, dude. We got the Millionaire Maker. I have no chips right now, so I'm about to bust this thing and then play tomorrow. Not as big a turnout as I thought it was going to be today, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think tomorrow is going to be the big day on this one, but
yeah.
we shall find out.
All
right, now I'll ask you real quick. I mean, I know obviously you weren't here, but for the Colossus.
No, I can't play that, bro.
But what is your reaction about this payouts? We're asking everybody.
Awful. Yeah, awful. You can't take $1.2 million and rake and pay $600K, 684, 80, whatever.
Yeah,
they took
638. Yeah,
they took $1.2 million, right, for rake.
Mm-hmm.
65 times 2,600 and some change.
Yep.
I'm not amazing at math, but
that's a lot,
bro. Yeah. 5.4%. I was shocked. I was just like, you got people flying all over the world. Never mind the country to come play in that, and then it was just, yeah. Some kid I'm friends with on Facebook actually got second. I don't even know him though. I'm like, oh, I was like, nice.
I met him the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second place. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it certainly has been the talk of the poker world here with that payout situation.
But that's the thing, though. That's what I love. It's always talk. There's never we never get anything done, really. It's just like, we have so much money and influence and everything like that, but we just really don't have any say in anything.
Why is that? Why can't you, I've talked about this on my show before. Why can't poker players organize themselves a little bit? I mean, isn't it about time with all the money and everything that's going on in this game? Dude, and so much happening, isn't it about time that someone stepped up and got everybody on the same page?
Dude, you are 100% right. I'm not even joking. I was thinking about that the last couple weeks. I'm just like, we just never get anything done. People complain, people rant online, Twitter, whatever like that, but just nothing. It's always nothing for the player really gets like done really, Like, we still have these seats. These seats have been here for, like, the last 10 years. How do we not buy new seats by now? Like, they're not even that comfortable. Like, I
don't know.
Bro.
I don't know. Maybe we need some seat cushions or something. A seat cushion sponsor.
It's just, there's a bunch of things that needs to be done.
Buttpad.com.
I'm surprised it's not, like, a committee for, like, players that, these places, like, reach out to and, like, try to get information off of. They just, nothing really gets done. But, hey, end of the day, it's a selfish sport at the end of the day. It's like everybody's out for themselves.
Yeah.
So. I love the game, though. I do. The game is amazing. Still, How's everything with you, bro? We're getting real political and everything like that. Let's get back in. Yeah.
Busy, man. I'm everywhere.
Fantastic.
More trips to Florida coming.
Dude, right? It's like your new home now, bro.
It might be. I may have to become the Florida boss.
Yeah. Whoa.
I'm going to trump you.
I don't know. This is impossible. But we definitely got to get you some sunglasses, bro. Do some shows with sunglasses, bro, because I was watching our show. Dude, we look great with sunglasses together, bro.
Well, it covers my face. See, but I have these pretty blue eyes. I kind of hate covering those up.
You do have blue eyes.
I mean, if I had a face mask, I think I'd be all right.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you do good, though. That's good. I think we're going back.
Yeah,
I got to get back
in there.
But,
good to see
bro,
you.
thanks for having me on again, bro. You the man. Always have fun.
Go win. Comeback time, baby.
Oh, dude. Let's do it.
All right, there you go.
Later.
Miami boss stopping in there as he's trying to make a comeback here in the Millionaire Maker so he doesn't have to fire another bullet tomorrow. I'm liking him without a hat. He looks sharp. All right, so everybody's trickling back into the Brasilia room right in front of us. So we're going to step back, take our last commercial break, and we will get this show wrapped up. More from the World Series of Poker in just a couple minutes. So stick around, everybody. We will be right back.
There's nothing better than sitting down to play poker with good friends and cutting loose. And that's what you're going to find when you tune in to Poker Night in America. Poker Night in America is revolutionizing televised poker in a big way, with all the action you love and the hilarious fun you've been missing. Come take a seat at the table with all your favorite players, old and new, with Poker Night in America. Mondays, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on CBS Sports Network. And don't forget to visit the show online at pokernight.com. So pull up a chair and join us Mondays on Poker Night in America.
Hi everyone, Mark here. If you're a poker player like me and looking for something different and exciting to play, you should give Open-Faced Chinese Poker a shot. It has just the right mix of skill, luck, plus a huge dose of the fun factor we're all looking for. There's a reason Open-Faced Chinese Poker has everyone from the recreational player to the top pros hooked on its thrills, action, and unique social interactions you won't find in Hold'em. An incredible game like this has got to be worth checking out. And it's easy to learn, especially by using the ABC Chinese Poker app. Download the ABC Chinese Poker app on iTunes today and find out what everyone's talking about. And if you have questions about the game, tweet at ABC Chinese Poker and they'll be glad to help you along. So join the Open-Faced Chinese Poker community today with the ABC Chinese Poker app, and we'll see you at the tables.
Only a donkey would call my pre-flop bet with a deuce tray.
Hey, deuce tray is my lucky hand, and besides, they were suited. Man, I played that hand great.
That was a real share my pair hand.
Share My Pair, the best way to share your poker stories with friends, for free. Available from the iTunes App Store and Google Play. Download the app now.
PokerShop.com is your one-stop shop for all your poker and game room needs. PokerShop.com has you covered with an incredible variety of poker chips and supplies, top-quality playing cards, plus gaming tables and room accessories, just like you'd find in your favorite casino. And if you're looking to spruce up your man cave, we offer a wide selection of decor options, from lighting to mirrors and portable bars to bump stools, to make your game room the one all your friends and family will be talking about. So for everything you need to make your game night a great night, go to www.pokershop.com and receive 10% off your purchase with the code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You supply your friends, we supply everything else. Live it, love it. Pokershop.com.
Join us for the PPC Poker Tour stop right here in Las Vegas at the Golden Nugget for the PPC Golden Nugget Aruba Satellites, June 4th and 5th. Event starts both nights at 5 p.m. with a $175 buy-in and a guaranteed $4,000 PPC Aruba World Championship package up for grabs both nights. So come on out for the PPC Poker Tour at the Golden Nugget Las Vegas, June 4th and 5th, and check out the PPC Poker Tour stops at ppcpokertour.com. See you at the Golden Nugget for the PPC Poker Tour.
Most poker websites drop you into a sea of videos and it's choose your own adventure time. You learn a lot of great moves from pros, but they don't teach you how they fit into your game. Isn't there a better way to learn tournament poker? We think so, and that's exactly what you'll get at thepokeracademy.com. It's a completely different kind of training site. We teach you how all the tactics of tournament play fit together into a comprehensive strategy topped by a 2-time WSOP bracelet winner. Use the link thepokeracademy.com/mark to get a free 166-page course guide when you sign up. That's thepokeracademy.com/Mark.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
Now, let's return to the Mark Hoke Show.
The Mark Hoke Show.
Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
And we are back. Dutch boy firing that pistol at me. There you go. Jake Schindler, Flyner, all sorts of great talent here. Trying to get a shot at this millionaire maker. $1 million on top of the big board. At least. It was a lot more the last couple of years. I mean, we'll see how that prize pool ends up. It should be an exciting next couple of days here at the World Series of Poker. Hey, we, of course, would not be sitting here right now without some great people supporting the show. And we want to just take a couple minutes to mention all of those great companies and supporters of the Mark Hoke Show here while we have a couple of minutes. And if I hit the right thing, that's going to help. I can't cover myself up. That would be bad. Let's move that over a little bit. Of course, we are the Mark Hoke Show. Nate Dowell, Joe Payne co-hosts on KSHP 1400 Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific Time. And catch us for the best in poker news and entertainment out there on KSHP 1400 and KSHP 1400 or KSHP.com. Hey, thepokeracademy.com. And if you go to thepokeracademy.com/Mark, we've got a 166-page course guide for all of those great videos that Rep Porter and the team have put up. Of course, two-time World Series of Poker bracelet winner. So make sure you check it out at thepokeracademy.com and learn from the best. You're going to love it. ABC Chinese Poker, that amazing Chinese poker app. It is one of my go-tos on my phone, and it should be on yours too. So download that for your iPhone or iPad today. You're going to love playing open-face Chinese and all the variations they've got on there. It is something else. So check it out, ABC Chinese Poker. And, of course, our good friends at BlueRail.net, Bob and the team, boy, they'll build you a website like you wouldn't believe. E-commerce, business, personal, whatever you need. Go to BlueRail.net right now. Get all the information and check in with them. My good buddy Bob Lusk, he will take care of you and build you the best website you could use. We build websites. How far do you want to go? BlueRail.net. And, of course, the PPC Poker Tour is going to be one more night over at the Golden Nugget here in Las Vegas. $175 buy-in for a shot to go to Aruba for a 4,000K or 4,000K. How about a 4K package to go to the PPC Aruba Championships? Plus so many more events across the country. Go to ppcpokertour.com today and read up all about it. Pokershop.com. Oh boy, if you need any poker supplies, they're your guys. They got cards, chips, card protectors, bars, stools, lamps. I don't know. Maybe they've got a moose. I have no idea. Check it out at pokershop.com. Put in the code HOKE for 10% off today. You'll be glad you did. Great guys, great company. Pokershop.com. The Nevada Poker League. Make sure you go there too, man. I'll tell you what. Free poker for cash and prizes at NevadaPokerLeague.com. 20 different locations here in Las Vegas. Love to have you come out and join Joe Payne and the team and have a great time playing some poker for free. Take the stress off. Have some fun at the Nevada Poker League. We've also got our good friends at Share My Pair. Why tell the story a million times when you can just do it once? Make a little video with this great app, Share My Pair, and you'll be fine. Trust me, you're going to love it. And it's simple. Go to sharemypair.com. You can check it out. And, of course, download that to your smartphone today. I'm sure everybody would appreciate it. Share My Pair. There you go. The Grindettes, of course, Jimmy Kerstetter, Jen Shahade, Katie Dozier, and Katie Stone. The Grindettes, the top women's team in poker. You can follow all their great exploits at Grindettes.com, Twitter, Grindettes, and Facebook, the Grindettes. You'll be glad you did for the greatest poker players in the world, not just ladies players. Poker Night in America, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central on CBS Sports Network. And, of course, honored to do their live stream the last time around. Certainly had a good time doing that. Check it out. You're going to enjoy the show. They're just out to have some fun at the poker table. So give it a whirl at Poker Night in America, once again, Mondays, 10 p.m. Eastern Time on CBS Sports Network. And, of course, you can follow the show at Mark Hoke Show, Facebook, The Mark Hoke Show, of course, at KSHP.com and KSHP 1400 AM here in Las Vegas. We'd certainly appreciate you guys all listening to the show. It's always a great time. Thank you for being supportive of The Mark Hoke Show. All right. So some bracelets getting given out. I know we just had Max Pescatori was picking up his bracelets. The Italian national anthem being played in there. I want to congratulate Max on winning that World Series of Poker bracelet. Great job by him. One of the more popular players and recognizable players on the circuit too. So good to see Max Pescatori putting one into the books, and he will get to celebrate with that bracelet and take that thing home tonight. So congratulations to Max Pescatori winning a World Series of Poker bracelet this year. While we have a couple minutes, let's see if we can give you some fast updates on what is going on here at the World Series. let's see what we got here. The Millionaire Maker, of course, just started at 10 a.m., so we're about 4.5 hours plus into the tournament. Chase Cooley listed on the top of the leaderboard. Get your screenshot, buddy, from Pyakup, Washington. 44,000 chips. Michael Mizraki listed at 40. James Hess up there. Kathy Liebert off to a good start, 34,000. Benjamin Barzilay listed up there. Orjan Scomo, Robert McVeigh, Jesse Wilkie, Calvin Anderson, Patrick Kern, Amir Lavat, Joseph DeLuca, Jeff Rogers, Ari Engel, and Georgios Kapalis put at the top of the leaderboard here very early on in the Millionaire Maker event number 16. I'll take it back to event number 15. That is the 10K Pot Limit Hold'em Championship. And Sean Deeb has taken the lead in that one with 62 players remaining. Deeb with 178,000 chips. Josh Aryeh, who led after day one, sitting right there, 168.9. Ismail Bojang in third, 156. Alexander Kostrichin, 146. Roberto Romanello in fifth. David Katai up there. Jason Pritchard, Jason Kuhn, Todd Brunson making a run, and Connor Drynan in your top 10. And Daniel Negreanu, there's the name we actually haven't called much this World Series so far, but he is listed in 11th. Andy Filichak, 12th. Marvin Rettmeyer, Paul Volpe, Kerry Katz, all hanging around the top of the board in event number 15. We'll go back to event number 14, the $1,500 No Limit Hold'em Shootout. 90 players remaining, and there's a name we haven't seen for a bit. Good to see him at the top of the leaderboard. Matt Gianetti, guy who looked like he had a pretty good shot to win the 2012 World Series of Poker. Couldn't quite get it done. Of course, that was the year claimed by Pius Hines. Gianetti at 205. Andreas Heuvold, another good run for him. Heuvold playing well this World Series. Gianetti 205, Heuvold at 175. Andres Kovacs at 147.7. Anton Smirnov at 125. Erkut Yilmaz 118.7. Randall Flowers 112.5. Tim Sullivan, Dennis Phillips, Barry Hutter, Zach Gilbert also in your top 10 with about 90 players left in event number 14. Event number 15, the $2,500 Omaha 7-card stud high-low 8 or better is now down to 32, and that is being led at the moment by Konstantin Maslak. He is at 410,000. Brandon Pastor was out in front, but Maslak has taken the lead now. He is at 380. Vyacheslav Zhukov also at 380. Ilya Krupin at 320. Jose Paz Gutierrez at 300. So we've got 3 Russians, a Bolivian, and an American in your top 5, along with Danny Noam. Barry Schulman looking good right now at 240. So Schulman trying to make a run here. I got Eric Buchanan in the mix on this too. A lot of great players still left in this one here on day 3 of the $2,500 Omaha 7-card stud high-low 8 or better. The $1,500 No Limit Hold'em 6-handed event also going on. They are down to 14, so closing in on a final table in that one. Idan Raviv, 2,250,000 chips. And he's opened up a lead here, about 700,000 chips on Brett Radin out of Los Angeles. Radin at 1,550,000 right now. Steve Bilirakis at 1.5 million. Manuel Filho, 950. Sir Watts Mike Watson at 910. Craig McCorkle at 900. Aaron Lightborn at 760. Keith Morrow, 740. Ganetko Alexander at 730. Alessio Assia out of Italy at 700,000. Stefan Sontheimer at 600. Marcus Gonsalves, 400. Daniel Maurer at 345. Then we have Gerald Rahm, Philip Elliott, Mike Dentale, and Gerald Rahman still standing in that one. So they are right now, according to those chip counts, at 17 left. Well, but they're saying 14, so may have had a couple eliminations down there. But Idan Raviv trying to bring home another bracelet for Israel. That was quite the showing last year when we had an Israeli bracelet winner. Pretty exciting. Event number 11, of course, that ended William Kakon was your bracelet winner yesterday. So there's your update on what's happening at the World Series of Poker right now. And I think that is pretty much about what we're going to have for the show today. So we are going to be once again over at the Golden Nugget here at 5 o'clock for the PPC Poker Tours Aruba Satellite, a 4K satellites or 4K PPC Aruba package up for grabs tonight. We gave one away last night. Brent Bohm winning that one in a great come from behind victory for him. So he's going to Aruba, and you can join him too. Just come on over and say hi. It's $175 buy-in, at least one package guaranteed. So plenty of time for you to make your plans and head over to the Golden Nugget tonight and join us for the PPC Poker Tour here in Las Vegas at the Nugget. And I think that is about going to do it. So, guys, we will see you tomorrow here. We might be able to jam 2 shows in. We'll see how it goes. But, of course, it's going to be day 1B of the Millionaire Maker, so it should be a pretty exciting afternoon here at the Rio. If it's any indication with how many players we've gotten so far, this should be a terrific Saturday afternoon coming up here at the World Series of Poker. Play kicking off at 10 o'clock. So, guys, thank you so much for being with us today. We do appreciate it. We will see you tomorrow here live from the Rio at the World Series of Poker. Just stick with us on markhoakshow.com. Podcasts, by the way, are up on iTunes and markhoakshow.podbean.com. Right there. There we go. So make sure you download those podcasts, and we'll get one of our highlight reels done here as soon as we can, too. So should be a great afternoon here at the World Series tomorrow, and come around and see things tonight and stay out of my booth when I'm not here. I appreciate that. But otherwise, should be fun. So we will see you guys tomorrow here live from the World Series of Poker. Have a great day, and good luck to everybody at the tables. We'll see you later.